So welcome back for our final session of today. We have a keynote speaker, which is Carl-Fredrik. Welcome, Carl-Fredrik.
Thank you very much.
How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're here?
Absolutely. So my name is Carl-Fredrik. I'm the head of the Adfenix Professional Services Department. Fundamentally, what we do is that we're a group of specialists specializing within tracking architecture, digital marketing, and the type of analysis that comes with that, and implementing global best practices across all the customers that we work with.
Okay. You're going to talk about something that's called the quest for attribution. Can you shine some light on what that actually is?
Yes, absolutely. So it's something that I'm obsessive about, and I don't try to hide that, but the quest for attribution is basically connecting a marketing activity towards an economic impact at the end of the activity itself. So you connect the entire journey of why did we make this and what was the return on investment based on the activity that we did.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As I was saying, attribution within the context of digital marketing basically means revealing the chain of events between an activity and the economical impact of the same activity. In its most basic form, this would be creating an ad for a local agent, for example, have people click on that ad, and immediately they would sign up for a free evaluation, for an example. However, in reality, we know that it's much, much more complicated than that, especially within our real estate industry, because the decision cycles, both for buyers and for sellers, are much longer than they are in other industries. Seeing all of this complexity, you might ask yourself now, why is this important at all to look at and have an analysis for? Well, as you're probably aware of, the reality is that most of you have not one activity going on at the same time, but rather tons of different activities going on all in parallel, all being invested resources into. What's challenging about that and how hard it is to accurately measure how these activities work together, what activity brings the most value, what's the synergies in between these activities, and how are we investing resources in each activity to drive real positive impact towards our desired business goal. Well, that brings it to the second point, that working effectively with attribution, it removes the guessing game and makes it possible for you to invest resources into the activities that all work together to generate real, sustainable, analyzable business value effectively over time. And that is basically the short story of why attribution is extremely important, yet very hard to actually do in a correct manner.
Thank you, Carl-Fredrik.
Thank you.
That was short but sweet.
That's how it should be.
Can I ask you, to what extent do you think that global real estate agencies actually work with any type of attribution or follow that online?
Yeah, it's a very, very simple answer. And the fact is, it's very, very little.
Okay.
I believe.
And why is that?
In my experience, I think the main culprit to why this is particularly down to two reasons, where number one is that the multitude of skills and expertise that you would need in-house or rather externally through a consultant or something similar, to actually be able to extract the type of data you need to extract from the different type of systems where that data lives, and it becomes really complicated really quickly.
So it's a shortage of knowledge, really.
I think it comes down to a shortage of knowledge, but there's also a software shortage in this space. And to be fair, I just want to emphasize that I don't think that in terms of a full attribution journey that's being completely revealed and easily accessible, that's not even where we are today. Like, there's parts of that journey that still needs to be discovered. I think the main part it comes down to also is that all of these types of data lives in so many different systems, which perhaps brings us back to the issue where you might lack some type of expertise to dig it out from these different systems. But I think the real solution to that would be consolidating all of this into one system where you can easily see how the users behave before they sign up, what type of actions do they take, and then what type of touch points will they get, and then after that,
No, I'm sorry. But would you say that, because I'm sure that a lot of people that are listening is like, well, that's not really my area of expertise. And then you just, don't dig into it any further. Would you say that it's a necessity that, basically everyone within an organization actually understands the value of this?
It's a very, very valid question. And I think that the right answer to actually, as a good ending note on this, is that asking someone to understand attribution and be able to apply different attribution modeling, I think is asking too much. But what you should have is have someone close to you being able to give you the insights from such analysis. No one needs to know how the sausage is made in this case, but people enjoys the sausage basically. So having someone that can give you the insight saying, this is what we're seeing, this is the action point you should take based on the data that we do have, I think that's absolutely necessary to be on the forefront of digital marketing within the real estate industry going forward from here.
Yeah. So we have reasons to come back to you and to continue the discussion about attribution, even if it's complicated. So thank you, Frederick. And that actually